afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell. I'm your host of The Edge on IAC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications. That's in North Alabama. You can also find us on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I've got another really good show right here. This was suggested by Sarah Jane. And so she sent a message that she would just like to see. She found an article that says, it's different. This everyday objects, basically, that we've been using the entire time the wrong way. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Oh, by the way, check out the podcast, netsnewsnetwork.net. So here's a product we use, whether you're Coke or you're Pepsi. Either one, it doesn't really matter. So we have been using the cans the absolute wrong way. It says, yes, we've been using these objects our entire life, but we have found out that the cola cans have actually been used the wrong way. Get it? So see that little top up there, the little flap? So what you're supposed to do is put your straw inside that little hole right there. So what you're doing is, when you pull back a little lever and it opens up the can, you need to turn it back the other way. And what it's going to do is hold your straw intact if you're going to use a straw. I like that idea. That's pretty good. So it's not going to be falling around and flopping all over the place. It'll be straight up. So let's just talk about these things for a while. And sometimes products just simply don't come with instructions. Nothing does anymore. I remember back in the day, Phil bought a camcorder, and this thing was huge. It was heavy. You went on a vacation, you were worn out just by carrying the camcorder around on your back or on your shoulder. They came with a manual that was almost like an inch thick to show you how to use it. Well, these days you buy stuff and you don't know how to use it, so you just have to somebody puts a YouTube video up or something like that. So that's a really good idea with the cola can. So we do these things on a daily basis and we don't know how to use them. So there's another hack right here. This is Chinese takeout box. Did you know that thing folds out into a plate? So no need to grab a dish when you arrive home with your takeout. All you got to do is just unfold it and blah. There is your dish. No need in washing extra dishes when you could do that, right? Okay, now there's something else, and it pertains to a paper towel. And it's a paper towel that helps keep your beverage cold, whether it's your colas or whatever you've got. So I'm going to show you another picture. So see how this is, the paper towel is around, it works as an insulator. And it's really good for a soda if you want to cool it down faster as well. So it cools your beverage, and also if you want it cooled down faster, you can do that as well. The next thing, and this is going to be, this is really something like Tic Tacs. Everybody uses Tic Tacs. Remember back in the day when Tic Tacs came out? You younger folks don't know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, you wanted fresher breath. You would either use a mouthwash or you had certs. Then the Tic Tacs came out. And people save the Tic Tacs, those little containers that they come just to store other things in. A lot of women who make jewelry keep little beads in them. It's just easy to get them in and out instead of the package. So I'm going to show this one to you right here. So this is the Tic Tacs. It's obvious. It has its own little dispenser. And you can see that little dispenser right there. Okay, so it's the Ever Pack of Freshness apparently has a little secret. Its container is its own dispenser. Now, we already knew that. That's nothing new right here. But let's go to the next one. And this pertains to plungers. So it's really simple to remember that the cup, see, look at the bottom. You see the black one, and then they have that one on the bottom. The cups are actually for sinks. So see, you can fold that out. Or you can tuck it back in, and the flanges are for toilets if you ever have to use those. Oh boy, it never failed. When we had any kind of a Christmas party or anything like that we're going to have, whether it's the church or employees or whatever, something's always going to happen to the toilet, right? The day of the party, especially if it's a holiday when you can't call anybody in to help you out with it. That's something else too. Okay, so let's talk about this one, and we're gonna talk about colas again. Okay, so there's a plunger. Okay, there's the cola. Now this is where you can see the other part of it. See what I was talking about? Putting the straw inside. So you flip it open to open up the cola. And by the way, never shake the can, whatever you do. You pull it back the other way, and again, it's going to hold that straw in. That's just another look. I thought you might want to, because the first picture they put in there just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Okay, now let's talk about wooden spoons. Yeah, see the hole right there in your pot? I had no idea. I've been doing it the wrong way for years. That little hole right there in the handle actually helps hold your spoon in place. Now, is that not, that's a little gem that we should have had a long time ago, because how many times have you messed up counter space, and you could have actually put that instead of messing up another dish just to hold the spoon. But who cares about a wooden spoon, because a wooden spoon is gonna, I mean, it doesn't conduct heat. Best thing ever invented for the kitchen. Okay, so how many times have you got a bunch of company coming over, and you wanted to use those little cherry tomatoes because they're so easy to grow in the garden, and you wanted to use them and chop those up in half and put them in a salad? Easy to do. You can do about 15 of those tiny little tomatoes at a time. Give it a try. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. So all you have to do is get a couple of lids. You can actually use saucers. You can use plates. Use a plate and you can get a whole lot more in there. Get a good sharp knife. Kind of hold down. Don't press too hard, because if you do that, well, then tomato juice is going to wind up being all over the place. So look at there. See how easy that is? Yeah, you can just cut those things in half. There's so many hacks that we can use. And I'll tell you another tomato hack. I used to peel tomatoes all the time, because some people don't like the tomato peel in the vegetable soup when you're canning vegetable soup. So this is all you got to do, and it kind of blisters it, So here's what you do. So you're going ahead and get your water boiling hot. It's got to be boiling. Okay, now you have to put just about 5 tomatoes at a time, depending on the size of the tomatoes, because when you put the tomatoes inside the boiling water, well, then what's going to happen is it's going to cool that water down. Now, you also want to have a bowl or a sink, whatever, full of ice. So what's going to happen, you're going to put that tomato inside that boiling water. Now you need to make sure you got a ladle for it, okay, and make sure that the water comes out. Make sure it's got one that has holes in the bottom of it. So you'll take it out of the boiling water, go ahead and put it into the bowl of your ice water. Watch the peel just go away. It does. And by the way, use those tomato peels and put that in your compost pile. If you have chickens, they love eating it too. Chickens will eat, honest to goodness, every single thing. So that's your little tomato hack right there. We talked about the cola. We talked about the pot. And there's a little stem right there. There are your tomatoes. So let's talk about something else. This is something else we've been doing the wrong way. So the foil box tabs function as locks and also works for your plastic wrap. So you can prevent aluminum foil from yanking out of the box. You just push in those perforated forms, and again, it's for your plastic wrap as well. You know how hard it is for plastic wrap to come out? Oh, it's horrid. So this is just going to make your life a whole lot easier. So push the tabs back, open up the Reynolds wrap or whatever, or your plastic wrap, and there you go. It's going to come out really easy. And I don't know how many times I've done this. Okay, so I'm in a hurry. I have the foil. I got to put this. I'm going somewhere to an event or whatever, and I'm bringing some food, and I've got to hurry up and get the plastic put on there or the foil. And the whole thing just comes out and it falls on the floor and starts rolling all over the place. This will keep that from happening as well. Okay, now here's a hack. Phil has been using this one for a really long time, and this is a good one. And it also kind of keeps everything rocking and rolling right there, and that's your power cords. So if you keep the cords together a lot easier if you'll just tie them in a knot. So tie it in a knot, and then that way, if you're using the power cord, this especially works well for a saw. So sometimes Phil will want me to cut a piece of wood or whatever, and I know how to use his saws. So if you don't use this hack and around Christmas time or wherever, sometimes maybe the Christmas lights are not working and you can't figure out why the Christmas night light's not working. They've been working all this time. What's happened is the plugs are not tied into a knot, and it just kind of came loose. So anyway, that takes good care of that. And again, use that anytime you're using a saw or anything like that. Now, also when you're using a saw, I found this out. So we're doing work to this house constantly. It's an old farmhouse. My grandparents used to own this. And so we're doing a lot of updates, a lot of things. You know, when you move into a house and it's an old house, you're going to find thousands of things go wrong, things you've got to redo, honestly, really. So if you're going to use a saw and you're measuring, you got to measure twice, Phil says. So sometimes he actually measures 3 times. So you want to measure 3 times, cut once, right? And that way you're not wasting all that precious wood that costs a fortune now when you're building supplies. So you're going to use the saw. You need to unplug it while you're getting the saws ready, you're getting the wood ready to be cut. Make sure you do that. Then tie it back up again, and that just kind of holds everything in place. Oh, we have to go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a minute. I just saw what time it was. We'll be right back. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, so we are back. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television. It's found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Roku is really good. All kinds of great TV. If you like to watch reruns like the old shows, YouTube videos, and stuff like that, you'll be able to watch us on YouTube, by the way. And you can also find us on Roku. So it's a real good way to save a lot of money. By the way, go to Amazon.com, that link right there that you see. And if you'd like to have a Roku device, go ahead and order them. They're somewhere around $20 or something like that. Now you've got to have a good internet service, but you don't have to pay for cable this way. So that Roku stick, just all you got to have is an internet circle, and that's it. Okay, so we're talking about hacks, things that make your life easier, things that we didn't know you could use, and we were talking about the cola can. I mean, all you've got to do is a little flap when you release that, and you can put your straw in there. If you'll get the little flap and just put it the other way, you'll be able to actually keep the straw intact. Little takeout from Chinese turns into a plate. That's a good one. This is a great way to keep your beverages cold. So you got that ice cold Coca-Cola in a bottle, just put a paper towel around it and it serves as an insulator. I think that's pretty cool. And your Tic Tacs already have a little built-in compartment right there for taking the Tic Tacs out. Isn't that an amazing thing right there? Plungers, just remember, if you want to use the flange where the little thing is stuck out, it's really to remember the cup is for a sink, like your cup in your sink. The flanges are actually for toilets. Well, they wanted to put this picture in here again so you can get a better view of how you need to keep the straw in your cola. You won't lose a straw that way. It's not going to fall out, so it's going to hold everything in place. The pots and pans, this is a good one right here. I always had a little hole. It's not just for hanging the pot up on the wall. You can also use that to hold the wooden spoon in place there as well. And cutting tomatoes, oh my goodness, that's a good way to do it right there. It's better to use, I think, I've tried the little tops, plastic tops, but they just don't stay as well. I like to use a plate, but now make sure the plate is flat when you use that as well. And then we also talked about your plastic wrap, and the Reynolds wrap right there has that, see, nothing comes with instructions anymore. So there you go, it's got that little tab. All you got to do is stick that in. Now there's a tab on each end, and that's going to hold the roll in place. It's going to be a whole lot easier, and you don't have to worry about the whole roll falling out and falling all over the floor either. And I really do like this hack right here, and that's for anything you're going to use, especially outside. A dog can walk across and unplug your Christmas lights, or your lights that you use out on your deck or whatever. And if you'll just tie a knot right there. Now you got to have the two pieces together, tie the knot, and then plug it in. It's going to hold. You don't have to worry about it. This is a real good hack. So we're going to talk about how not to waste things. Okay, two things I've wasted a lot of through the years, and that is toothpaste and hair conditioner and shampoo. So I'm going to tell you how you won't have to waste it. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and talk about this one right here. And this is the toothpaste. So this is what dentists actually tell you. This is a dental report and a dental expert. Ask any of them. They're going to tell you just a little dab of toothpaste is usually enough. Yeah, that's actually too much. They have squeezed out of the toothpaste right there. Same deal when it comes to shampoo and hair conditioner. Let me tell you how you can save money on shampoo, especially if you're getting the expensive stuff. So what you can do is put just a little bit, about the size of a quarter. Even for my long hair, this works. So just a little dab right there in your hand. And then if you'll just put a little bit of warm water and mix that warm water in it so that the shampoo is actually concentrated. So if you just put a little bit of water in there, all you have to do is have one washing. Same deal with your hair conditioner. Have you noticed though that when you buy a bottle, let's say you buy 16 ounces of shampoo and then 16 ounces of hair conditioner. Well, you're going to wash using it twice for the shampoo. So you'll put some shampoo into your hair, rinse it out, and then put some more on there. So that's why your shampoo always doesn't last near as long as your hair conditioner does. But here's another hack for you. So if you let's say you wash your hair once a week, as you get older, you don't have the oils and all that kind of stuff, so you can afford to do that. So you're only going to wash it once a week. And my hair actually does better, like it's just been washed, so it's horrible. Tomorrow it'll look a whole lot better. So if you'll use some baking soda, or if you'll use some vinegar, now just plain old white vinegar. If you use the red vinegar, it's going to kind of turn your hair a little bit reddish looking, unless it's the look that you're looking for. So this is all you have to do. Let's use the vinegar, for instance. And so go ahead and wet your hair really, really good. You want to shampoo your hair. Okay, use that little dab, okay, and put a little water in your hand. Shampoo your hair. Rinse it out. You'll need, depending on how much hair you have, I have to use about a half cup of white vinegar. Most people use about a quarter cup. So I've got my white vinegar, full strength. I'm going to pour that over my hair, and what that does is takes out all of the shampoo, maybe leftover conditioner, hairspray, all that stuff is coming out of your hair, and it's going to make your hair a lot livelier. Rinse it out and then follow up with your hair conditioner. Now, if you have super oily hair, this is what you want to do. You want to shampoo your hair first. Then you want to use the hair conditioner second. And then for the final rinse, use the vinegar, and make sure you use white vinegar. And then make sure you rinse that out really well. You're going to have squeaky clean hair. I mean, it's amazing what that does. Okay, so we talked about that, how to save money and not use so much product. And that works basically on everything. And I'll tell you what I do with my toothpaste, and going back to that again. So there's my toothpaste. So what I'll do is I'll use just a tiny, tiny bit of toothpaste. I like to clean my teeth first, and you'll have extremely white teeth if you'll do this, and it costs you basically nothing to do. See my white teeth? Use baking soda. So I'm going to use my toothpaste first, then I'm going to put just a little bit of baking soda on my toothbrush, brush my teeth with baking soda, and it whitens your teeth like nobody's business. People think I go to the dentist all the time. I don't. It's just my uncle, Dwan, used to do that. He would brush his teeth with, and he had the most beautiful white teeth, beautiful smile, absolutely. And that's all he didn't use the toothpaste. He only used baking soda. Okay, now let's talk just for a minute about Greek yogurt. Let's go to this one first. Did you know that, let's talk about, we'll talk about this first before we get to the spoons. That little made up spoon right there. Okay, so this is something that does the trick. So if you fold your Greek yogurt container, if you fold it, it helps to get all of the toppings out. It always does the trick. So try it, you'll like this kind of yogurt. You'll eat it all the time. That way you're not wasting anything. Did you know that applesauce lids, see that little made up spoon right there? So let's say you brought your lunch, you're going to brown bag it today, and you brought some applesauce, but you forgot the spoon. You went to the office, you can't find a plastic spoon anywhere. Make your own spoon. That spoon you see right there is actually the top that goes on the outside of that applesauce lid. Yeah, so you saved the day right there. Absolutely. Okay, I want to talk about this one too. And so this is all about peanut butter, and a great hack, a great trick right there. So see that peanut butter is upside down? You really do need to start storing your peanut butter upside down. And what happens, the oil is going to distribute properly. Now this is especially if you use the all natural peanut butters. Okay, so make sure you do that. Make sure you store it upside down. And so that's going to work out just perfectly for you. Okay, let's see, we got a good couple of minutes. So let me go ahead and there's a few more hacks that you need to do. Did you know peeling a banana actually should be done from the opposite end? So let me show you a picture. So this is what it looks like. There's your banana. You know, we're always peeling from this end right here. You need to peel it from the other end. And so your whole life has been an entire lie. So what happens is if you peel it from the other end, and maybe you just want half the banana, it's going to keep the banana fresher and it won't turn brown. Just simply by doing that. And let me tell you something else. Your banana right there, if you'll go on ahead and get a knife and cut it, see, in the middle, right here. Just get a knife and just slice it and cut it in the middle. You can actually grow other foods on this banana, and you can do the same thing with potatoes. When people were coming to America, and they were coming in from other countries to avoid starvation, what they were doing is they were getting potatoes, and they were actually growing food on the ship. Yeah, by using potatoes. So they would go ahead and cut the potato, and they would put seeds in it. You can actually start bean sprouts that way because it's moist, and potato has a lot of water in it. Same deal right here with the banana. So it has moisture to it. Put seeds in there. You can get, like, let's say part of maybe a carrot, maybe the carrot top, and slice it. You have to kind of wedge it in there and put it inside either your potato. Make sure you got a big potato, that works best. And then inside your banana, and put that in there. You can actually grow a carrot out of a banana. It's just the wildest thing. Okay, we got time for a couple more. Wooden spoons. Did you know that wooden spoons can actually prevent spillover? So let's say you've got a boiling water. You're trying to do 10, yes, women are. We're doing 10 things all at the same time. So I've got water boiling right here. If you get this wooden spoon, put it on top of the pan, just like you get. I don't know if you can see it in that picture or not. It's the top one. And just put your spoon on top of it, put it middle way, put it right across the pan. You won't get the spillover, you won't mess up your kitchen, you won't mess up the stove. So that's pretty awesome. Also, cup lids. So let's say you go out to eat, and so you've got a cup of cola, and it's got a lid on it. Turn it upside down and use it for a coaster. That works. So let's say you're doing takeout, and you're tired, you don't want to eat in a restaurant, but you're going ahead and stop by, and you get a burger and fries, and you get the drink that goes with it. Take the lid off. That way your wife's not going to fuss at you, by the way. So and you kids, the same thing. So put the lid down on the bottom, put it on your counter or wherever you're going to eat. If you're watching television, it's television night for the family. So you put the lid down, put the cup on top of that. You don't have to worry about it sweating and ruining up your wood furniture. Toilet seats. You know, they have those cover flaps that really should be in the front. So see how it goes. Now, a lot of restaurants will have these toilet holders. So what you can see right there, so the flap is in the front. It should be in the front. So you need to turn it over, and then that way, you know, if you're tinkling, it's not going to get like, you know, what I'm saying. But anyway, just kind of use your imagination about that. But do this, and that cover is going to absolutely stay in place. It's not going to move. Okay, I think I got time for one more. Okay, pulling the sides of the juice top prevents spilling. See right there? If you pull see that top right there? Okay, it's the Minute Maid. Pulling the sides prevents it from spilling. Okay, and I've got one more I've just got to do. Ketchup tubes can actually hold more ketchup. So see that ketchup tube right there? If you'll pull it out and expand it, you can put a whole lot more ketchup in there. Okay, my name is Donna. I'm your host of The Edge on IEC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. I hope I'm making your life a little bit easier. These are hacks I didn't know about until we actually had one of our listeners and watchers in the audience send that to us. But thank you again so much for watching The Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again so much for watching. Oh, don't forget that podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. Thank you.